Hey everybody, welcome to Dirt Hawk Wineries. Just wanted to show you a little batch of wine I picked up a couple days ago. I got 5 buckets. These are the new ones right here. And yesterday I put the yeast in, and they started percolating pretty quick. All but the white wine. But now today I can see it's going real good. The white wine here is a Pinot Grigio. Okay. Then back here in the back I've got 2 Merlots. It's one of my favorite. Really enjoy the Merlot. You can see they're going a little bit. They're not as aggressive as the other wine here. And then I've got what they call a Pope wine. And this is supposedly a wine that's made for the Vatican. And that seems to be percolating real well. This is actually called Chateauneuf du Pape, but for short we call it Pope. Okay, the next bottle here is Black Malvasia. Okay, and you can see this one's roaring pretty good. That's what I like to see. Okay, and over here, these are 4 wines I picked up last year. Actually, you can see 9/22/15, and I've racked each one of these bottles twice. You can see the dates on there for the racking. Of course, with the age of these, they're a little bit older, a year old, and actually these here could be bottled at any time. Some people bottle in 6 months. I like to wait at least a year. Okay, now we got a Black Malvasia back there, a Merlot, another Merlot up here, and then a Ruby Cabernet. And this is the first time I've tried this Ruby Cabernet. It does smell really good. I haven't tasted any of it yet. Okay, and then over here against the wall, this is the remainder of the 2014 batch. I've been working pretty well on that. Gave quite a few bottles away. And this is another Pope wine here, the Chateauneuf du Pape. And then we got a Merlot. That's my favorite. And I did a couple, I did a bottle of white wine, and that was Chardonnay, and I split those up between my sister Linda and my sister-in-law Kathy. Got to keep the family happy. But anyhow, that's about it. Basically what this stuff comes in, right here you can see the buckets. They're upside down, all cleaned out. And these are pretty cool to use around the house for stuff. Most of it's shipped from California, and it comes into a huge warehouse up in Philadelphia, and it's a place called Procacci Brothers, and it's a big time operation. I mean, there's tractor trailer loads of wine come in and go out. Of course, all the smaller winemakers like myself, you see a lot of people up there getting anywhere from, you know, 2, 3, 4 buckets to whatever. But once you get the buckets, you bring those home, and of course everything that the product touches you have to sanitize, and that's not sterilizing, it's sanitizing. You take your I've got 6-gallon bottles here that leaves you a little bit of room in the bottle for the fermentation process. Normally you don't want too much air in a bottle or carboy. These are referred to as carboys. But yeah, this is what we do. We take the bottle, of course they're sanitized, the funnel's sanitized. I set it down on the floor, and then I take a pot and start ladling the wine out of the buckets until I get it low enough that I can pick the bucket up and pour the rest in. Then I put the airlocks on, and the airlocks are to keep any bugs out, any air going in. You don't want any airborne yeast spores going into your wine because it'll kill your wine yeast. Okay, so once you do that, you got your wine into your carboys, your 6-gallon carboys. Then you can let them sit. I like to let them sit overnight and things settle down. Then the next morning I'll go ahead and there you go. Next morning I'll go ahead and dump the yeast in, and that's when the wine's born, and it takes off. And as you can see, it's percolating right well. It'll do this for, I don't know, 4 or 5 days, but it'll start to slow down. And then basically it just sits. And that's the beauty of this hobby. You know, initially it's a little bit of work getting the wine transferred into the bottles and all, but once that's done, the wine basically sits there and makes itself. And I'm a firm believer in not messing with it or touching it. And we'll let this sit for at least 5 or 6 weeks, and then we'll go ahead and rack it or transfer it into the 5-gallon carboys, which is a smaller size that I have right here. But basically that's it for starting off. And maybe later on, once I start bottling these carboys over here, maybe I'll do a little video on how we bottle. Okay guys, this is Dirt Hawk Winerys signing off. Talk to you later.